Yeah, you're kind of blocking me. Thank you.
Village Sheriff.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Alright, let's move it. Take a seat.
You don't want to.
Am I sitting with ODB or with the detachment?
With
With
your
attachment.
detachment.
I'm sitting with Relico.
Why is my head shaking so much?
Seizure.
By the way, Major,
Oh, seizure. Nice, thanks, Tonius.
Bruce was taken away from me for some reason.
Fox,
Yes.
please remove your helmet and stealth. Oh, and your NVGs, man. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry for turning in late. I think I told that Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think it's
Is everyone done? We're still missing people.
Pearson will be a bit late because of more conflicts.
Okay, that's fine.
just to inform you. This
Roll is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5,
as
6,
long as
7,
you're
8, 9,
it's
10,
fine.
11.
Nature. Just to inform you, this is gonna be the earliest time I can.
Yeah, as long as your direct CO, which is going to be Mike in the future, knows, then you're good. And as long as it doesn't affect us, essentially. Was there anyone still at the arsenal back there?
Is Baelish, yeah. He was still there when we
Yeah,
left.
Baelish is here.
But it's just sitting next to you.
Hey, beautiful.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay. I think that's all then. I know Kristen couldn't come tonight. I know Tula is not coming tonight. So that leaves 2. Oh, yeah, pretty good. And Piper wasn't coming tonight because he doesn't have any internet right now. So, yeah.
Nice.
Poor
Yeah,
guy.
it's pretty good, pretty good. Anyway, welcome. Quick question before I'm gonna start the theory bit for tonight. Who here has no clue how grid coordinates work?
Me.
Okay. Anyone else?
I know some of it, but not.
Okay. Will you two be available later this week to quickly go over it in private?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. I'm gonna do a little bit of a random pick, and they're gonna call out a coordinate for me on the map. Even though we're not gonna be using actual map coordinates all that often in many of your positions, fire team leads and squad leads will have to find coordinates on a map at the very least. If you guys all open your map, then I would like Private Roland to tell me the coordinate of the terminal from the airport.
The terminal?
Yes, the terminal.
Uh,
would've said the grid.
145-168.
Alright, that's good. Well, let's see. I know you guys know how to do it. Hex. Give me the
Yes.
military compound that's to the right, top right of the terminal.
That be 152173.
Alright, good. That means I'm not gonna go over map coordinates and map grids very much in detail tonight, which leaves a little bit of room for medical callouts, which is gonna be very important and something that we saw was lacking during as well as the mission before that. To quickly run it down, what is very important when you are hit is to call out that you are hit. If you're hit very lightly, then it's okay. You know, if you can make a judgment call like, alright, I'm going to be combat effective for the next, at least, next engagement, then you're good. But if you're hit and you need medical attention, you need to call it out. However, you need to call out something that your medic can recognize and find you at. That will either be a grid coordinate found by opening your micro dagger or finding it on the map, or you need to give yourself a reference point to give to your medic. For example, if we take last patrol up, we were in a thick forest. You don't really have many reference points apart from trees and people. So, Baelish, as we discussed, what would you use as a reference point rather than trees?
Other teammates.
Exactly. Because if you remember last week, what was the important message about the principles of movement? It was to keep an eye on at least one of your teammates, so you at all times know where the rest of your team is. Which also means that in a situation where you have no reference points to call out for a medic, or any other kind of aid, you still have your teammate to reference to. And because the rest of your teammates are also following the rule that they have at least one person in sight, they will always be able to find you. Now, if it's a normal situation where you're next to a tower or a building or a big fence that you're holding, for example, your teammates will know what fence or what building you'll be referencing to. If you're in a compound, however, and you have multiple buildings, what will be the best way to reference a building? O'Farrell.
So, the best thing to, if you're in a compound, is to reference, for me, it is the direction in which you're pointing in a compound. So I would say the second building on the north side of the compound, to be specific, or I'm on the east side exit of the compound.
Exactly. Always find your reference point inside whatever terrain you at that moment are. If it's a very distinctive building, for example, there's only one red brick building in the freaking place, then you could call out right corner or north corner of red brick building, and the medic would know where you are. However, if it's an entire freaking compound of, like, yellowish, brownish, cat-full huts, then they won't really recognize that specific building. However, you could reference, like O'Farrell said, the direction that building is relevant to the rest of your teammates. Any questions about that? Nobody has any questions about medical callouts? Okay. Something extremely important when there is a casualty event. What is the very first thing you do when you see teammates that are hit and you do not have the medical capacity to completely patch them up? Gadius.
You first of all, you always make sure that you're in a secure position, because if you see teammates that are going down, you might as well be spotted by enemy forces as well at that point. So you make sure that your security is first. Then you call it into your either CO or fire team leader, who will bring the information up the chain until it reaches the right or correct person to send assistance. Next step for you will be to follow orders from your fire team leader to either secure or fall back to the position where your fallen comrades are at this current time.
Very good. Now, let's fast forward a little bit. His commanding officers told him to drag him to safety and to at least stabilize him. Now, what's very important in this is that you first check in the medical menu to see if he's any wounded limbs. Those limbs, you're gonna tourniquet. Everybody, and I will check the kits in a second, everybody will carry at least 4 tourniquets. 1 for each of your limbs. If you get hit, and somebody else is tourniqueting you, they will use your tourniquets first, before using their own. Also, at a benefit, if you then take off the tourniquet, you get your tourniquet back, in most situations. Why do we tourniquet the legs and the arms first? Is because if they continue bleeding, it's a bad deal. However, if you can limit the amount of parts of your body that are bleeding, you're likely to survive longer in a medical situation. That also means if you're covering a direction behind cover, you're hitting the arm, you're hitting the leg, it's red, you tourniquet that leg if there's no medical attention available to you right that instant. This will prevent you from bleeding out, as well as becoming a bigger medical problem later on, because you'll be going unconscious because of blood loss. Any questions about this?
Yes.
Go for it.
Are, like, when you said to use their tourniquets, is that
Yes.
a default thing, or do you have
Yes,
to
it is. You will always use the medical equipment that's on the patient before using your own.
Beautiful. Thank you.
No problem. Are there any further questions about this basic medical lifesaver stuff?
Well, I'm not sure if you're going to mention this, but yeah, if you keep your tourniquets on for more than 5 minutes, you will be in extreme pain. So remember that.
Like in real life.
Like in real life. If an engagement lasts for longer than that and you still have your tourniquet on, you should have told your CO by now that you're in deep shit and you need a medic.
No, you don't talk to the CO, you talk to the medic before you talk to any CO.
Well, your fire team lead then. Someone who can help you get you pointed towards the medic, or the medic gets pointed to you. Essentially. Because you're always going to be on the net with your fire team lead. This is going to be your direct contact point for anything that is status related to you. So if you're in deep shit, you contact your fire team lead, who's on the same net as your medic, who will then have information to come and help you.
Yeah, Major, can I just say one thing?
Sure,
from a medic's perspective, how can I say, everyone must just remember that if you're in deep shit and you're getting fired upon, you need to get yourself out of that situation, because a medic is not going to run into fire to go and assist one soldier, because if the medic goes down, the whole team can suffer from it.
Good point.
So
That's
you need
something
to
to
get
remember.
yourself to safety, so
Yes.
that the medic can treat you and the whole team.
Precisely. So if you are out in the open and you're not in cover, get yourself into cover. Anything you wanted to add as well, Fro?
Yeah, if you're bleeding a lot, packing bandage, and then always back it up with the elastic bandage. If you are bandaging yourself, an elastic bandage just keeps your packing bandage on there and reduces the chance of a wound opening up again. Don't inject yourself with morphine or andesine or anything like that. Let the medics do that. So far, I think it's Hex and either of the medics. We will sort that out. Like, don't inject yourself with anything. We'll sort that out. Because if you inject yourself with the wrong thing, you are going to die.
Currently have 4 medics right here, actually.
Awesome. But then everyone just must know, medics must handle that.
Yeah, well, you have currently Clipser, you have Roland, you have Hex, and you have yourself as medics for tonight. So you assign later today, over in like a little bit, who's going to be the actual medics for tonight. That really covers the map part. and the basic combat stuff, or combat lifesaver stuff. The next thing that we're going to be doing, and it's a little more practical orientated, is we're going to be going over some formations. So, you can all make your way outside, and we'll go over some basic formations. Line up against the H-wall next to the barracks, please.
How you doing?
How you do? Very good. And yourself, sir?
I'm walking here.
Hey, that's you, yo.
I love you too.
Oh shit.
You mean arrow wedges?
Hi. I tried to smell my way to your beautiful face.
What the fuck?
Sounds so sexy.
What the hell?
Kadia, sometimes you really spook me.
Smell like
That's
shish
standard.
kebab and hummus.
Wait,
Oh,
Tifa.
wow.
Keep up.
I had hummus yesterday.
Stand up.
Oh my god, man.
Mmm, delicious.
Oh my god, yes. With
okay.
them.
Well, that's low-key.
Is Caddy's having sex with his
no,
food?
with the hummus beans,
Yes, he is.
with some
hummus.
warm
I mean, he
bread,
probably
man.
would.
Oh, that's the
He's
shit.
yelling at hummus
Just
now.
perfect.
I mean, he does have the money and the time. And the pleasure.
Got to yell at food.
That sounds good.
No, it's not exactly.
To date his food.
So money and time is all you need to date your food.
And pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
Kadia,
let's
you
listen
forgot
up.
about the pleasure.
Alright, pay attention everyone. Let me scroll to the right page, because that helps. Alright, gentlemen, there's a couple formations that we're going to be using, and a couple variations on those formations that we're going to be using. To keep it simple, the basic formations are a column, a line, a wedge, and in some situations, a diamond. Now, a column is pretty straightforward. You've done it all numerous times. It's when you're moving from point A to point B, lined up, after each other, facing a certain direction as your sector. Could, let's see, we'll split the line at, let's see, Private Estonias?
Yep.
Can
Left to right.
everybody, including Estonias, to the right, file a column, please?
Your right or our right? Sorry. If I'm wrong.
Yeah, but move and follow and format in front of Rosson, essentially.
Who's Ross? Damn it.
The
End of
last
the
guy.
line, end of the line.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go.
What?
Blanky?
What's going on?
Format in front of Rosson, please.
In front of.
Come on, in front. Come on. Move.
Walk over there.
You're not glued to the H wall.
Where's Russell?
No, you stand here,
Like
Kalinki.
this?
I'm
Kalinki?
Yeah, that's it. Messi, Baelish, and Estonius are getting it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Took a while, but there we go.
Well,
Alright. Now, a little pop quiz. Mike, what's the sector you're gonna be covering?
From here?
Yes.
Right.
Why did you pick right?
Because I assumed that with the people behind me, they would cover back or behind, left, and
Very good. Could you all move into the sectors that you would be covering in the column?
Not literally, Baelish. Just look that way.
Well, he said move.
Alright.
Okay.
Roland, why did you pick the sector that you picked?
Because of the image in the Google document. Because it's
Mhm.
front, left, right.
But look to the guy that's sitting next to you.
Yeah, I know
On
they're
both
right
sides.
as well, but okay.
So you
Oh.
alternate. There you go.
Tip,
You
one
always
thing to
look
remember
to the yeah. Look
is
to the first guy in front of you. If he is the front man, you pick either left or right. The next person after you will do the absolute opposite of what you're doing. And so forward down the line until the last of the line is hit, and that guy is responsible for the back of the column. Now, if you're going to be stopping, those are also the sectors you're going to go and secure. Or those are going to be the directions you're going to be running into. It's easy to remember that way. Now, the other guys that aren't actually put into a column right now. Go into a wedge, formed on Kalenki.
Keep the wedge tight. Just tighten up the wedge.
Yep, pretty tight. It's okay, we're non-combat. You're not gonna get hit. Alright, very good. Basic thing on the wedge again. Please point in the direction you'd be responsible for. Alright. That's good. O'Farrell took the one in the back. Eclipser adjusted accordingly and picked one that's more to the side and back. X went good. Cadius went good. Clinky went good. Alright, all file up against the H-rib barrier again. Can someone name me a variation on the column?
Broken column.
Staggered column.
Staggered, yeah.
Close enough, Baelish.
Well, yeah, I remember it's how they call it broken column for some reason.
Staggered column. When do we use staggered column?
When we move in during the road. Not during, along the road.
Along the road. Okay. If I'm going to be calling for a staggered column, what are things to look out for? It's in the name.
Keep it staggered.
Right.
Don't stand next to each other?
Yeah, don't walk
Pilots,
next to each
Ralico,
other.
and Roland, step forward, please. Alright, Fox and Mike, you're on the... That's the right of me.
3 pilots?
And the rest of you are on the right of me, or on the left of me. Form a staggered column.
Wait, your right or my right? I'm confused.
Mine. Facing yours, doesn't really matter. As long as there's 2 on one side and 3 on the other.
I can't go back more.
Yeah,
That's okay. So the rest of you, compensate.
Forward, yes, good.
Alright, it's
Very
very
good.
important that when moving, and the rest of you have a good look, is that it remains in this formation. It is staggered for the reason that if one guy gets hit, the other guy doesn't. It is a little tough at times when moving down a road to remain in this sort of like formation. If that happens, communicate with each other. Tell one guy to slow down or one guy to speed it up. Adjust the staggered column dynamically. Don't yell at each other, but tell each other to either hold one to adjust the staggered column.
And
There's
also
nothing
if
more
the-
frustrating than a broken up staggered column.
And also, if the point man is either given by the fire team leader, or the fire team leader himself is going to be the point man, just be communicative with your fire team. If you're in the column or if you're in the staggered
You
column,
can fall back into the H1.
please do inform the column behind you what your actions are going to be.
Yes. The primary thing in any formation is to keep communicating. If you're not communicating what you're doing, the people behind you or the people in front of you will not know. And frustration and otherwise unfortunate situations where you lose a tactical advantage can and will happen. Now, you're all already standing in it, but what is this called?
A line.
Yay, very good. Alright, don't need to tell you that. Who can explain to me what a herringbone is? Ralico?
It's a column where the first... It was basically where we look in the sectors directly, like we did before when we did the column.
Right, but you're in a...
You're in a tight column, or you're in a herringbone bow. I don't know.
When you're moving in a staggered column, and when a herringbone is cold, this is usually cold when in a vehicle, but it can be cold when you're on the road as well, especially when there is no clear cover in sight of either side of the road. You are going to be responsible for your sectors on that side. That is a herringbone. If you're on the left of the road, you're going to be looking left. Front guys looking front, aft guys looking back. If you're on the right side of the road, same thing, except you're going to be looking right. You're going to be responsible for keeping the sector on your side of your road. Now, when we're in a vehicle, that means you're actually going into an actual holding position. But when on foot, a herringbone might be called, again, when there's no actual cover to go into to form a 360 or otherwise. Going into 360s and 180s, can somebody tell me the difference?
Well, it's we are going around and looking in every direction, or only in one direction.
Alright. Baelish, tell me a situation where you would call a 180.
180, it's when we expect an enemy from one side, or we're watching something specifically.
Or we're standing next to a wall.
Yeah, or we're standing next to a wall. Yeah,
if you're waiting for something specifically, you would still call a 360.
No, from exactly one direction, and we are absolutely clear that nothing will come behind us.
Alright, when it's a situation you're going to be absolutely clear, Baelish?
When there is a lot of blue force behind us, or there is some obstacle that will not be penetrated by stray bullet or something.
Right, exactly. Usually a 180 is only called when you have some sort of impenetrable terrain behind you. Either a cliff face, a large bitching concrete building, or the side of a shore.
Or another fire team.
Or another fire team, but then you'll be calling a 360 with that fire team. Any questions about 360s and 180s? Something to add to 180s and 360s is the first person going and calling the 360 gets into a position and calls it out. The rest adjusts dynamically, but calls out their direction. Do give each other time to respond and move to your position, because you don't want to be calling the same direction at the same time. Usually it's easiest to be going down the fire team, because that's also the natural order you'll be operating in. So if Farrell calls north, Gradius calls, for example, south, then Kalenki knows to pick either west or east, and you spread accordingly. Important with a 360 is that you try and find the nearest cover to do so. If there is no cover, you might have to improvise. Make sure that you break up your visuals regardless with a bush or otherwise. 360s are very important in, for example, being inserted by a helicopter. Once you get out, you get into a 360. Once you get out of a C-130, you go into a 360. You're preparing to get back into the helicopter, you'll be in a 360. Listen to your fire team leads as to what direction and to what specific instructions a 360 will be called. But a 360 should, at all times, happen naturally. Now, this will happen more naturally as time will go by, as you guys get more accustomed to playing with each other, as people will generally still try and stick to their same zones as they were before. Any questions? None? Excellent. Pilots, I'm going to put a few markers on the map for you guys in a second, so you can start calculating and finding a way to put these lot down on the ground somewhere in Altus, alright?
Copy that.
Be on channel 60. The rest of you, Captain Spraggs, I don't know if you figured out a split for tonight.
Major, We
Yes.
didn't cover heavy wedges.
That's actually correct.
Heavy right and heavy left wedges.
Yes, exactly. Can somebody tell me what that is?
I can.
Alright, Farrell?
Pretty much, it's normally when your team is an uneven number or there's too many people that it doesn't fit perfectly into a wedge. So then your fire team lead will call heavy right or heavy left, and that means that the extra teammate or extra people will move to either the left hand side for heavy left or the right hand side for heavy right. And you also use this if you know that there is more chance to have enemies on the left hand side, then you'll call a heavy left. Same thing on the right hand side.
Almost correct.
Or if you
Who
have
always goes on the
infallible
heavy
acid.
side? Always.
The AR
The
or
AR.
the Grenadier?
The AR or the Grenadier, very good. The one with the heaviest stick in your fire team goes on the heavy side, because he'll be providing the heavy fire support from that side. Now, who never goes at the end of a heavy line?
Medic.
Precisely.
Command and medic.
Command and medic, exactly. Can somebody tell me what an echelon is?
It's a half wedge.
Yeah.
Give or take. You're not going to be using it very often, but it's usually used when you only need the wedge on one side. There will be maybe one person standing to the other side of the center. So if you're calling an echelon on the right, it will be one person on the left, one person in the center. But that will be the absolute max of it. The rest of them will be on the right. Echelons are harder to maintain, because you're not going to be able to look at everybody on your Shack-Tac HUD that's in the center. But do use it for reference for the other formations, because it's the easiest way for you to keep track of where everybody is in your formation. And it also is an easy way to keep your spacing. If you all have your Shack-Tac enabled, yeah?
Yes.
Alright, if someone is in the center sphere with you, and you're hit by a grenade, you're fucked. If somebody is on the edge of that center sphere with you, you're still going to be fucked. If you're asked to keep your spacing, make sure that those people are on the second sphere. That's the easiest way you can keep track of that in-game. There's nothing more annoying than trying to track meters in, well, this.
For reference, I do believe inner circle is 15 meters, then 30 and 50 meters.
Yeah, I think so. I think it depends on your settings, but yeah. Basic settings. Inside the inner circle with you, bad. Outside inner circle with you, better. Alright? Alright, I think I covered everything then. Anybody missing anything? Ralico?
Oh, no, nothing for the move.
Oh, okay. Thought you were putting up your finger there.
Oh, never mind.
Alright. Captain Sprags, if you want to split up the teams, and then I'll
Okay.
quickly brief you and Paulanius after you get your people going.
Aye. Alright, well, firstly, let's just get the regular, if you've been assigned fire team lead, hop forward. Since this is going to be a lot on map reading and navigation, it's important to get the current fire team leaders up to scratch on it. So I think that's Cadius and Rosson, I think.
I don't know if I'm assigned yet, but...
Or potential to be assigned.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is anybody else looking to become a fire team leader?
Ralico, step forward.
Oh, I'm not looking for it, but...
Are you wanting
do
to
it.
be a
You're
fire
gonna be
team
good.
lead? Or kind of curious about it?
Well...
Yes. Yeah,
it's difficult to say. It's
Okay, well volunteered. You can fire team lead instead of Cadius today.
Oh, nice.
Alright.
Cadius will
Rosson.
run with you to
Yeah,
assist,
I'll take
okay?
Cadius in your group. Ralico and Rosson just form two columns behind Paldanius either side of him.
Well,
Come on, chop chop.
Right here.
He's the guy on his own over there.
Oh.
Two columns started behind him. Alright. Thaddeus, go with Ralico. Just to sort of assist him. Alright. Assigned medics? Or people... Well, we don't need anybody wanting to be a medic, so assigned medics.
What do you mean, don't I want to be a medic?
You are a medic, aren't you?
You really picked the two
Yeah,
most
I am a
incompetent
medic.
guys.
So
Yeah,
four.
so we've got 4 medics. Alright.
Yeah. I don't need to be it today if someone else wants to.
I mean,
Well,
we
I don't
probably
either.
don't need 4 medics, but
Yeah.
I'll leave it up to your fire team lead. I'll split you guys individually anyway. Hex and Roland, I can never pronounce your name. Go behind Ralico, and Farrell and Clipser go behind Rosson.
What the hell?
Alright. Baelish, Kalenki, and Estonius. I'm Baelish and Kalenki, you're both weapons, aren't you? AR and marksman. And Estonius, what are you?
Rifleman.
Okay,
Cadius,
Estonius,
mute
go
yourself
with,
before you burst out laughing.
Rosson. He's on your left.
Yeah.
Baelish and Kalenki. Just go the sides that you're on right now. And split.
Roger.
Okay. Paldanius and fire team leads, well, Paldanius, inform your fire team leads they've got about 10 minutes. And then, you've got 5 minutes yourself to come and see me in Thornwood, okay?
Copy that. Alright, Rosson. Ralico, could you tell your each fire team and set up your gear and get ready in 10 minutes?
Okay.
Yes. Okay,
Alright.
guys, let's get set up. If you have been assigned some equipment, you can just use that.
Well, yeah, I didn't quite get roles, so
Rosson.
I assume the
Uh,
medics will
sorry.
go get
I
medic
want
gear
to
and
ask you
heavy
to
weapons.
command
Heavy weapons.
every team
That is,
member on our
you
team
had
to carry
grenade,
my
correct?
armor.
Yeah.
or grenade
It's
launcher.
pretty heavy, but
Set
I
them
have
in.
this gun.
Boys, listen up. This is gonna get
To carry
a
what armor?
fuck ton of.
Just
this
one
is
box,
gonna
I
get
don't
really
share that.
irritating if you're gonna sit
Sorry,
here
I
and
can't
chatter.
hear you
So
over,
please, one team move to the left side of the barracks, and one team move to the other side. And keep yourselves on off yelling, please.
For fuck's sake.
So, Rosson,
Yes.
armor for my gun that I'm testing is very heavy.
Yeah.
And I need to each, maybe apart from medic, to carry at least one box for me.
1 box of armor. Or
Yes.
1 box of ammunition.
Ammo. Yes, 1 box of ammo.
Armor
I
or
will
ammunition?
What's the difference?
Ammo. Ammo, ammunition, same
I'm
difference.
talking about either body armor or ammunition. Ammo. Yes.
Ammo.
Oh, okay. We can do that. So, who's the medics here?
Well, me and Farrell, but
Between,
do we need to?
Yeah,
marksman.
Clips and I.
Okay, so Clipser and you or Farrell, you'll be carrying some extra ammunition from Baelish.
Not what?
No, you've got to decide who's the medic between
Fuck me.
Clipser and myself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Clipser then.
Well, if
Okay,
he
so
wants
Clipser,
to,
you can-
then that's fine by me.
Yeah.
I'm free to change
And as I
Okay,
said
cool.
before,
I'll
you'll be
play
carrying
medic
extra
then.
ammo.
Okay.
So you cool with that?
Yeah, sure.
So-
I'll just be a rifleman. I'll carry the armor.
Okay, Baelish, I'm medic, so I'm not carrying for you, eh?
What kind of radio frequency?
No, medics should not, because they have enough already.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Medics carry a fuck ton of shit.
I assume we're Bravo, so
Then
Who is
who do we
medic
have left?
today?
Who is non-medic and not
Ralico, do not
Baelish?
assume anything. Ask
So,
your
I'm
CEO.
medic.
for Farrell, it'll be you, and then Estonius, you'll be carrying extra ammo.
One more time. What type of ammo?
Yeah, no,
They'll be
get over
decided
here.
soon.
Get over here, Sonius. Get over here.
Baelish will explain it to you.
Also, Ralico,
Yeah,
since you're
but,
going to
take
be
it
a
from my
fire team
backpack.
leader, you will not have a long-range backpack on you. Change that
yes,
to something else.
So one box
I
each.
just took the
Where the hell are they? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Where the hell can I?
Clipser,
Okay,
grab a set of ammo as well from his
Yeah,
backpack.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, just use scroll mouse and you, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Elish,
there we
what
go.
did you take in
What?
the end?
Change it.
The SIG?
This is DMG. It's I want to test it. It's very heavy, but it's supposed to be cool. It's 6.5 armor.
I forgot.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay, I made someone else's backpack, I believe.
Yeah.
It's Subsonic?
I got
No, this is AP and FMG.
FMJ.
FMJ.
Yeah, FMJ. Yes.
Okay, okay.
I don't think I need Subsonic ammo.
Did you
because
get it this time?
It's fucking machine gun. What the hell?
But does it have a compensator or something?
Not yet, but I will attach it. Okay, you each have one.
I have one, yeah.
Box. Yeah.
Box,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
And I'll assign color red.
Oh, good. We have the color that I can actually read.
I don't mess with you.
What is your name?
Arena, nie to mówię, mógłbym mosas.
No. What is your
Oh,
name?
My name is Arena. Unietwa mafue, mógłbym osas. No, this is my name.
Baelish,
My
go
name is
red.
Arena. Unietwa mafue, mógłbym osas. Jesus, I got it from my dad. And he got it from my dad.
But
okay.
how do you spell your name?
I don't know spell my name.
Keres?
Yep.
Do you want to look in my backpack and see if I have the right ones? I assume so, but can never be too sure.
Guys,
They're the wrong
double
ones.
check all your
The
gears.
wrong
Make sure
No,
you've
wait,
got
no,
everything you
there's the
need.
right
Make sure you got
Okay.
earplugs in ready
I'm
for
sorry.
the operation, and make sure you got enough ammo.
You're not wrong. That was absolutely perfect.
There's an MP44.
Just check that you have tourniquets. You should. I'm not sure if he actually placed them in the set. But you should bring some, even though you're not a medic. I think the medic set has some, but the others don't.
I've only got 8 on me. How many have you got on you, Victor?
I have 4. I picked them up separately because I'm a rifleman.
It's not standing in your pack.
No, it's not because the pack is broken right now. I need to talk to Thornwood about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what do you
this
have
is
to
you
bring with me?
Tourniquets.
4 tourniquets.
4 tourniquets from there.
Okay?
There we go. Yeah. White.
Yeah. So just take 4 tourniquets from the arsenal.
Okay.
They are under the plus thing.
One more time.
Under the plus
let's
thing.
get,
Miscellaneous.
We still are missing one guy, I think. Who's the last guy?
Baelish.
Farrell is over with us. To the Miragion. Hvem var det, vi gjorde det?
Guessing we're Bravo.
Det er godt. Din keypad over til højre.
Ja, det er på
Hvor
2.
du har dem stacket.
Ja.
Der er 1, det er channel 1, 2, det er channel 2, 3, det er channel 3, og så videre.
Ja, men det der med at sætte additional channel,
Og det ved jeg ikke.
det er jo ikke, så det er jo ikke det, vi gjorde.
Mofarl.
Jeg vil bare skifte imellem.
What's
Det
your
var
weight?
cancel.
I am 35.1.
You're a medic. Oh, right.
Yeah.
He left for a
Sorry.
second, went to get a box.
Clippers.
Just say Clipser.
Yeah, Clipser. Are you in our team?
Yeah.
Yes, you are. What is your weight?
25.8 kilos.
Then you go on the
I have one of your boxes though.
additional.
If
That's it.
that's what you're talking about.
Okay, again, I hear Kalenki too good. What's your weight?
25.8.
25.8, that's it? Take another box.
I can't fit it though.
What?
They're very large. Maybe if I hold on, I'll manage. I'll see.
Just grab a bigger backpack then.
Stanios, what's your weight?
26.7.
With you loud and clear.
Take another one of my...
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have it on you or?
Yes, you can take it from me.
103.
Oh, maybe I can bring one.
No, you can take it from me. Clip. Oh.
Fine.
Loud and clear.
Where the hell is it now?
Oh, well, it's 28 kilos now.
Do we have a radio frequency yet?
Oh yeah, sorry, I've spaced out.
Yeah, I
Radio
put
frequency
everything
is
from my
going to be,
backpack into my vest.
112.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that.
This is the frequency you're gonna call me.
Thank you very much.
Radio check 112.
Awesome copy.
Radio check 112.
Radio. Okay, that leaves Estonians.
What's the channel?
112.
112.
112.
Bailey's radio frequency 112.
Did you find your tourniquets?
Estonia's radio frequency 112. Check.
Did you find your tourniquets?
Baelish requesting radio check on channel 112.
You're up. For this mission, we're gonna be called Fireteam Alpha, and that's what I'm going to refer to you by.
Oh shit, we're gonna attack.
And I don't know if we need to get fitted into buddy teams. I'd say Baelish and Clipser. Clipser, you're Who are carrying your extra ammo?
Both of them.
Yeah, I have
Rosen,
two.
can I make a suggestion? As a medic, I'm normally paired up with the AR because we're at the back. If that's like,
Well,
if it's
yeah,
okay
you
with
have
you.
a point. Yeah.
Yes. And the AR is Estonia's.
No, it's
No.
Baelish.
Oh, it's
Oh,
Baelish.
sorry.
I mean, I'm sitting next to Caddy.
Yeah, so maybe Baelish and I on a team, and then Estonius and Clipser, and then you in the middle. We're all watching you.
Yep.
Don't judge me.
Can you all remember that?
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Hard copy.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Great.
Technically, you're cheating me, so.
Has anybody been in a unit with me before?
Yes.
I think Clipser has.
I think so. I don't remember.
I don't remember playing with you, Baelish.
Oh well.
But I just wanted to know that it's been about a year since I've really administrated anything in armor. So once in a while, I'll kind of forget something or overlook things. So it's completely okay if you call out things to me if you want something clarified.
Yep.
No problem.
Good. I'm gonna check on Ralco and see if I can get some mission briefing.
Yep. Yep, yep. So, how's the weather for you?
Baelish, just hold on. Let me just check you for STDs, dude.
I think you need to
My
change your
favorite
backpack, Ralco.
STDs. Okay.
I think you need to change your backpack.
Just, I'm a medic. I know what I'm doing. Okay, let me just check you for STDs.
Yeah, your doc. I have no problem with it.
Okay,
I'm
you seem
sure
to be
you know
clear.
what you're doing.
I'm surprised.
What? No, it's impossible. With my so much active sex life, it's impossible.
Okay, maybe let me check anal STDs.
Yes, check them.
Oh, Ralco.
Hemorrhoids
Holy
aren't
shit,
STD,
I do
right?
not have. Let me just. I need to go get a bigger backpack to treat that Baelish.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay. Check Estonia's next. He have some anal STDs too.
I can see his face. That's unsavable.
I'm sorry, boy.
We've lost
I'm
him.
sorry. We're gonna miss you.
Goodbye.
Clipser, you gotta get down from there and you gotta hurt your leg.
No, get down from
putting
here.
money on
Get
it.
down here until command sees you. They will kill you.
I won't hurt my leg.
Did you not?
No.
I'm surprised.
Enhanced movement thing helps you with that.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you
I
can
remember the previous
climb down
we were
things.
in Major.
Major?
Okay, gentlemen. Who was on the roof, by the way?
Not me.
Nobody on the roof, sir.
Okay.
That was last time we saved your ass.
Oh, anal juices.
What?
Anal juices.
Is there something you said random?
No, I was
Just
expecting
something.
you again.
Ah, well, yeah, what expected. It was after you medicated me.
Yeah. I'm
Ah.
just drink up your ass. Yes? What's wrong with anal juices?
Nothing wrong with them.
Exactly.
It's absolutely
Like
natural.
you're a homophobe.
I live in Sweden. We're tolerant.
Oh, okay. I was about to be like, yo. I was about to literally unzip Baelish's pants and make you ungay.
Ungay? What?
No, you're not gay, but I was gonna make
No.
Estonia's
You said-
ungay.
What's the ungay?
Unhappy. Ungay.
Ungay is straight.
Okay.
Nice talk.
But Baelish, do you think you can hit Clipser from here?
Yes, of course. I think I can get him with bullets so much that he will go through the ground under weight.
I don't know, it's a pretty skinny target. You might miss.
Well, yeah, but I'm pretty good shot from this distance.
From that distance?
Yeah.
Like let's pace it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 5 meters, dude. Can you shoot
Yeah.
that far?
Yeah. I'm professional, goddammit.
Let's see if I can fit any of your mags here now. Oh, for fuck's
Captain?
sake, nope.
Whoa, they smoked some Thompson card there. That's life. Smoking, talking shit under that influence. And what we doing? Standing there in the heat. Like
Damn those
good
teenagers.
teen little folders. That's unfair.
Okay, let's try now. There we go. Okay.
You managed it. Good.
Yeah. I have 2 mags now.
I'm going to refill.
I wonder where Farnwood is.
Where is everyone?
Probably around there. Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay.
Because there's water on it, and water turns to moisture on the towel that just standing there turns into mold, and fungi grow on it because it's warm water. If you take cold showers,
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
oh, whoa,
I have another question for you, medics. So if I'll cut off my arm or leg, is it gonna hurt?
Not if you take Ultima.
Oh, you know what? I have a good one.
Better switch to whispering. People are gonna think I'm weird.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see the Chinook.
Farnwood. Are you logged in as admin? Oh, shit.
see?
Where's Farnwood?
I think he's by the chopper already. Just follow your fire
Okay.
familiar towards the
Okay, let's
Well, those
get
Peters
up,
are
guys,
funding
get up, guys.
themselves.
Okay, we're gonna load up in the chopper, just down here south.
Get to the chopper.
Russell,
To the house.
Yes?
where you going?
We were told to load up in the chopper.
Negative. I told him to get you guys lined up in front of me.
That's not what I heard, but we'll do that. Make a column behind me.
Fuck you, GeForce Game Ready drivers.
Albanius, the order was to get your guys in 2 fire team line columns in front of me.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Private Roland, please don't put your gun at your in the man in front.
I was looking at my inventory, sir.
Alright, Paldania, feel free to start making your way over to the choppers. Once you arrive, file formation, weapons out, reload, then you can hop in.
Copy that. Viking 1 on me.
I feel like we should sing a song.
No, please, no, please.
So, Cadius. How's that druid coming along?
Relico, quick message.
I've got to break the line.
I've had internet problems all day, and it's acting up now. So there might be a situation where I disconnect.
Nice. Well, there's a raid Wednesday.
We'll sort it out when it comes.
Alright, people, let's lock and load, and then we can enter the chopper.
Yeah, fall in.
Okay, well, now, yeah.
Don't forget airplugs, ladies and gentlemen.
Paldanius, I'll be heading to the LG and RP with you.
Alright. Alright. 1-1 mount first.
1-1 on me.
Oh, we are 1-1, okay.
Crossing. Sorry.
Nice, Rex.
Fuck off.
Hey, wait, get out from the chopper and get your weapon out.
My weapon is on.
Yeah, nice.
It is out.
Yep, I was not talking to you.
All Father 1, this is Viking 1 actual message. Interrogative, are we in the wrong chopper?
It's last man in.
So it might be in the wrong chopper.
12?
Oh, fuck. I don't have that. Yes, we are all in.
Viking actual, this is Viking 1-1. We have all men in.
Copy that, Viking 1-1. Please dismount the chopper, this is the wrong one.
Okay, guys, let's dismount.
Nice.
Let's try that again.
Viking 1-2, please follow Viking 1-1 towards the second chopper. Over.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll pretend to be a loadmaster today.
What, you're not flying with us?
Yep. I'm just loadmaster.
Gotcha.
Is that on long range?
Mike, do you
Lost my name?
if you want to have them
Red team is in.
the doors when they're in, please?
That was rude, red team.
Door is closed. I'm gonna need you guys to
Should I make them
further
closer?
all radio messages
To me?
to Valkyrie Actual over crew intercom.
Blue team is in.
And keep opening the door because it's super high realism.
Yeah, that's
I'm sorry, Tony, what you two lost?
Oh, this is crammed as fuck.
Yes.
What?
I'm gonna back out. I'm taking at gunners.
Are you
Viking 1, listen up.
fluent?
Once we actually get into the chopper, can all chatter, please? Thank you.
Chestnut crew channel.
555.
Hey, firm. T-Fox, I'm gonna need you to further to Thornwood that I have no long-range radio contact.
Okay. Repeat that, please. Sorry.
Gonna need you to send message to Thornwood. That's All Father Actual that Valkyrie Actual does not have long-range radio contact.
Okay, long range 60, I'm gonna send the message.
Mesa, you are clear to spool up.
I'm going to
Go to the target real quick. 2. This is co-pilot Valkyrie. Major Tournament, come in, please. What's the code now for Farming again?
You will be Valkyrie 3. To All Father Actual.
Copy that.
Frags, we clear?
Yep, you're all clear.
We got the all clear. Go ahead and take off and continue the flight route. It boomed up for me as well. I don't know what it is, but all doors are closed.
Yes.
Yep.
So I shouldn't be out mine.
For now, the only thing we have to do is drop them off. So will you need brace lines or? You don't have brace lines on your approach. There are some guesstimates on there now.
Thank you.
I swear to fucking God, there's actually a player sitting inside me.
I like how
A tiny bit, not too much.
I don't really like it, but just
Coming down final line. ETA on landing. I guess I'll write that down as a thing we have to work on. Never mind, we're close enough now to. I'll just call up final descent in a second. Coming in. Watch speed. Rags, be advised, we're coming in on final approach.
Info on that. Make sure to let First Lieutenant Paldanius know as well. I'm just rolling with you guys.
There's boats on the left side.
Hey, farm.
on my LT. What the fuck?
1-1, listen up.
I can't see anything because there's a dude's head inside my head.
Yeah, there's a truck on my on the LT.
Okay, 1-1.
Thank
We
you.
just want him
Rank
first.
clear, rank clear.
Thank you. Touchdown.
1-2, wait for this
Opening
one.
up doors.
1-1, this one first.
Set up a 360. Russell South.
Looks are west.
dismounted and are ready to go.
Viking 1, proceed to your initial RP point.
Copy that, Allfather. Viking 1 out. Alright, 1-1-1-2. I want yourself 1-1 on the north side, 1-2 on the south side. Start clearing the buildings closest and head to the RP point.
Okay, Alpha Team, we're gonna start clearing out the buildings to the north of us.
Roger.
Get into a basic column. I want Baelish in front. I'll take second and go behind me.
Sir, what about civilians?
They shouldn't be a threat for now.
Roger.
Just note
We're
their
on
position.
northwest in this building with red roof, right?
Let's just take the buildings north-northeast first.
North-northwest, okay.
Okay,
Let's move.
The red roof building first.
Incoming quad bike to our south.
Hopefully not.
Alpha Team, catch up. Right, Baelish, I'm behind you.
Yep, stuck on me.
Yeah, you wanna follow?
What the hell are you doing?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
I can't
Yeah.
lead. You have to go first.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, you're stacking up on us. Behind me.
Fine.
Baelish, on your
Yes,
mark.
I'm ready.
There was a door on the other side as
Okay,
well.
look at them. They're...
Can everyone just put themselves on yelling? Because at the moment you guys are all on silent and we can't hear past one person.
I'm yelling right now. Your shit second. Yeah, where should Alfaro look? Yes, right. Where should Eclipser look? Right. Where should Estonians look?
Left.
Yes, right. Okay. For fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
let's go.
Hey, Baelish, on your mark. I'm behind you.
Yep. Moving to the door. No windows.
Catch up on me. Got your flanks.
I need last man. Watch out, 6.
I'll be your left man.
It's so far, I think. Okay, I'm opening door. No, nothing on right. Checking left. Going left. Room clear. Door. Stack up on me.
Always have somebody covering our flanks up there.
Yeah, Clipson, move in.
Okay.
No, there's no room in there.
Okay, no, Rosan, don't stand there. Stand behind me. Yes, good. Okay, opening door. Be careful. Checking. Nothing on the left. Checking right. Going right. 2 doors. 1 exit. 1 another room. Stack up on me.
The advisor got 1 times jet ski moving in fast paced from the west.
Opening door. Going left. Room clear. This is exit. So
It's a civilian.
House clear. We're moving on. Get into positions again.
How much further we would need to clear?
We'll just keep clearing until we get orders to do otherwise.
Okay, let's go. Jump over there.
How the hell do you do that?
Your user action key. Do you have it set up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't climb this. I'm
Yes,
going
you
around.
can. No, wait, you can. Again, use enhanced movement.
Maybe, yeah, it might be not set up properly.
For fuck's sake.
Control space
Mm.
normally.
Yes, okay, I did it. Okay, everybody, stack up on me.
God damn it.
I'm behind you, Baelish.
Everybody else?
Nope.
I'm right here.
We still have 1 man that can't get
Oh,
over.
for fuck's sake.
Okay, let's move.
I am pushing the fucking interaction button.
Okay, let's move.
I'll try to come around.
Check windows and always remember to check windows on the second floor. They're most dangerous. Okay, building is look fucked up, so stack up on me.
And?
Oh. When I say stack up on me, I mean stack up on me. And this is for everybody. Okay, Farrell, you're on 360 duty.
Yes.
Okay, moving in.
One times friendly moving in from the southeast.
Keep and 180 here.
Follow me. Another room. It's clear.
I've got my eyes on the stairs.
One times squad bike moving in the road towards the north.
Okay, I'll go first.
You know rules of the... Yeah, kind of. Yeah, okay.
Stairs clear. Have eyes on the balcony. I'll check this right room. Room clear. Only clear.
Roger, let's go.
Baelish, remember to call friendlies coming out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Friendlies coming out. Yeah, I always forget this. Okay, let's
Viking
move.
actual, this is Viking 1-1. Do we just keep clearing buildings? Viking actual, this is Viking 1-1. We're moving there now.
Advise, one times truck moving towards us. 2 civilians inside.
Oh, yeah, right. From where?
Towards our south, they're moving towards the west now. Going north.
Right now?
I don't know.
Ross and talking his command. Okay. Roshan, what's our orders?
I'm up on the wall, let's move.
I'm checking in right now. We're moving to the RP.
Okay. Chicken right, moving to by the wall.
Yep.
Going
The RP
chicken
is
window.
south of us.
South
We're
of
moving
us?
to the RP.
No, it's south, east.
So lead on.
Yep, just down the road. You'll take first, Baelish. Just same positions as before.
Okay.
Just a basic column. I'm gonna keep your spacing. You can double time it. Okay, just in your tempo.
Thought the RP is to our east on the map.
This is Viking 1-1.
Rossum?
We're moving to the RP right now. Okay, Baelish, stop here. Left up here.
Left.
Yep,
Okay.
just straight. Straight left up there, yeah. Just up there.
Okay.
Hey, can I jump this wall now?
Why are we climbing walls?
I
Why
don't
are we
know.
not just moving
Right?
to the compound?
Just
Come
move
on,
here.
guys.
What are you doing?
To the compound to the right, move along the wall. That's how it works.
Check floors of the building, 2-story buildings.
These buildings are clear.
I don't know. They did.
We've had one Sugo here before.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
Viking actual, this is Viking 1-1. We're coming up on the RP right now.
From the west.
From western side. Baelish, we're clearing these buildings directly in front.
Roger, Dodger, let's go from
We're
left.
clearing. We copy. Two last guys, take the building on the right.
Okay, cool. Clipset, come on, you and me.
Baelish,
Yeah.
behind you.
Yep, let's go.
Oh.
Checking it.
Okay, ready? Let's clear stairs. I have stairs.
Going up.
Check.
Okay,
Cleaning
no,
up
stop,
the floor
stop,
is
stop,
two-man's
stop.
job.
So,
Estonians.
when you're moving upstairs, you hold this area over there. You hold that corner over there. Stand in the corner.
Huh?
Can you
Over here.
in front of
You
me?
stand over here.
No, on the
Yeah.
And you watch the
floor.
stairs. Then the next guy moves up.
Okay.
Oh, things over there.
Okay. It's
Holding clear.
Never mind.
Copy that.
It's clear. Never mind.
I have visual on the last concrete building to the right hand side, towards our southeast, looks clear. Right, we're breaking. Just set up an 360 overwatch here. Russell taking northeast.
Baelish taking south.
Pharaoh watching southwest.
Just got northwest.
This is 1-1, we don't have direct line of sight on the target.
Bearing 041-172, there is one lookout on the hill to the east. He's unarmed.
We copy. What was the last order again? Okay, we copy.
Baelish?
Yes?
I want you to keep an eye out on north-northeast and give me any sightings that you can get from there.
As I said before, there is east from here is one looks civilian without without rifle, but he's looking directly at us.
What's the range?
Far. That's all I can say.
To the east, there's about 1.1 clicks. There's two guys with guns.
How the fuck can you see?
This is Viking 1-1.
Vectors?
We have eyes on the potential spotter, and also we have spotted two people carrying firearms to the direct east.
Don't you have vectors? Oh.
This is 1-1, we didn't read 1-2. This is 1-1, I'll see if I can get one.
What was the bearing on the two soldiers?
104.
1-2, this is 1-1. The bearing is 104.
From our location.
Was the bearing 104 or 124?
104, yeah.
Yeah, I see them.
visual confirmation on the targets now?
Yes, I do. 104.
Viking Actual, this is 1-1. We have visual confirmation on the targets at this moment. Copy that, Actual.
Who has eyes on the 2 infantry?
They're on the distance 1 click away. They're standing under the hill. That's it.
What is your position, Baelish?
I'm on 2nd or 3rd building on right of you. 2nd.
Baelish? Can you try and find me? I'm in the middle building.
He's in the other one, the next one.
Yes, I see.
Yes, I see.
Where do you see the targets?
Yep, look there. 104. 1 click away. Use your binoculars.
Viking Actual, this is 1-1. We I can confirm the targets are on the furthest hill, direct east. About 1 click out. Bearing 104.
I don't know, they didn't believe me or something.
Viking Actual, do you copy? We have visual confirmation on the targets at the furthest hill direct east at bearing 104. Yeah, 1-1 hard copy.
Okay, Alpha team, gather up outside the buildings. We are getting ready to move out.
Please specify what building?
Just on the northeastern side. On the mill building.
Okay, let's follow.
Okay, red team assemble.
I'll be on the middle side. Yeah, on the middle here. And Baelish, I want you on the right side. And who was the medic? Clipser, I want you.
No, medic is Farrell.
Didn't I say it was Clipser?
No.
You're wrong.
Okay.
Farrell is medic.
Okay. Oh, Farrell. Then to the right of me.
All Father 1, this is Viking 1 Actual. Welcome back
Between me
on
and
comms.
Baelish.
Out. Alright, let's pick up the pace. Alpha takes up the pace. Column formation. Let's move out.
Okay, Clipser and Estonia's in the rush to the left of me.
He said column.
I said column?
Yeah. That Paldanius said column.
We're performing a wedge, sorry.
No. Paldanius said column right now.
Oh, column, okay. Then Baelish in front of me, just stand at positions.
Okay.
Wanna take behind?
Moving out.
Yes, I can take it.
I'm sorry, we're going right, like forward, right?
We're just going straight northeast.
This is Actual. Be advised. Every time you start moving with your fire team, please call out that to Actual and...
I'll tell you if you're getting off position.
1-2 moving up.
And also, let's keep our spacing here.
I got you, Captain.
1-2 hold. 1-2 holding. 1-2 moving up. 1-2 moving up.
Baelish, I've lost eyes on you.
Keep in mind about that spacing. Think you do.
Yep.
Nice terrain.
All teams be advised. Once we clear the rock face of the hill, 1-1 will move into a wedge formation. 1-2 will follow in column. How copy?
1-2 hard copy.
Everybody's spacing.
Yep, get some spacing going.
You're doing good, Riley. Go.
1-2 holding.
Fixing spacing, sorry.
1-2 move up.
Do you believe we were supposed to go on a wedge from here on, I think?
Okay, Alpha team break.
I'm going to the...
So you are
Copy that.
Will form a wedge
Okay,
formation and
we
will
have orders to form up into a wedge.
in the column.
Okay.
Lovely.
I'll be left of you.
1-2 hold. There you take a knee because they're taking time on this.
Viking actual, this is 1-1. We formed up into a wedge.
More spacing.
Okay, keep moving, Baelish.
Yeah.
Spacing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You will like...
We'll get some spacing once you get going.
Okay, 1-2, be ready to move up. Yeah, move up.
Spread out a little more. To the sides. That's it.
1-2 moving.
I don't fucking like it. I don't fucking like it.
Baelish, you can start heading a little more to the north. Just left.
Thank you, my guy.
Why northeast?
One, two, hard copy.
1-1 hard copy.
One, two, hard copy. 1-2 will take left side.
Yeah, 1-1 copy.
1-2,
guys,
1-2
stopping
hit
here.
the tree line. We'll go on the left side in a line formation.
Okay. Stopping here at the tree line.
But there's second.
Once we hit the tree line, which is now, we'll move into the left side of the red. 1-1.
Yeah, just hold positions here.
Jim, what's your side?
So northwest.
We'll be forming up with 1-2. They're going to be on the left of us, and we're just going to be basically a straight line. Or, well, diagonal line.
Straight diagonal line, okay.
The what now?
1-2, or Viking actual, could you elaborate? Do you want us to make a line separately facing north?
Copy that.
Give me a sec. 1-2 copies. 1-2, new orders.
Commander.
Facing direct north on me, I assume.
Radical.
No, not Radical.
It's Rossen.
Rossen.
On Viking actual, this is 1-1 with set.
Rossen, come in.
1-2 set. 1-2 hold.
This is 1-1. What bearing do you want us to be moving?
Okay, guys, someone should watch our back. Serious.
Okay, 1-1 copy.
Okay, guys, we'll be moving around the eastern side of the hill. Right in front of us.
Are we going in line?
Come again?
Are we going in line?
Yep, just keep this line we have going here.
I laid in order.
be advised that you've got myself trailing behind you, okay?
1-2, copy that. 1-2, let's move north and move us towards the mountain.
Okay, guys, we're moving up.
Okay, squad, let's go.
Just go east for now. Oh well, northeast, east.
Whoever on the right, you're lagging out. Well, yes, you're breaking line.
Okay, Alpha squad.
Shots fired.
Taking fire. Can you get a position on the...
Fire from where?
It looks like from the west.
Taking sniper fire from the south.
I have visual.
Get a bearing. Get a bearing. Call it over radio.
160 behind the wall, enemy, far away, sniper.
Viking actual, this is Viking 1-1. We have a sniper at bearing 160.
Correction, 193.
Far up.
What's it, bearing 160?
193, correction,
I have
far
visual
away.
188 sniper between two rocks. Distance is 500 meters.
Viking actual, do you copy?
Be advised, we got 1 times man 500 meters from our position, bearing 191.
Can you engage on the target? Alpha team, can you engage on the target?
We've got 1 times sniper, distance 525, bearing 191.
Can you engage?
I'll try.
Okay, open fire.
Negative, no long distance.
Ask 1-2. They had a Kalen.
Viking 1-1, we're trying to engage, but we don't know if we can hit the far out sniper.
Okay, Alpha team, we're gonna have to start moving towards the hilltop. Just try and find cover and not get shot by the sniper as we move up the hill. We're going now.
Hard copy.
I copy 2 snipers moving up the hill.
Okay, red team, move up.
Everybody with?
Everybody what?
Baelish, you're coming with us.
Everybody with us.
Hold 1 for Baelish.
Yeah.
I didn't hear your call.
Oh, sorry. But we're moving up to the top of the hill.
Okay, red team, yeah, let's move.
Viking actual, this is Viking 1-1, we're coming up on the top of the hill. Viking 1-1, copy.
Okay, we're double timing it up to the hill. We're gonna set up an overwatch.
We are already on the hill.
Yeah, we're gonna have to reach the top.
Copy.
I'm just out of stamina.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find some hard cover for.
We need to start digging trench.
Okay, get some hard cover. Get low.
There is no hard cover. We need trenches.
Big trenches then.
Viking Actual, this is Viking 1-1.
I see one time military, not military, I think it's gas station or something like that, and there is 2 armed individuals. Bearing 7-3, distance like 500 meters, so.
Okay, Alpha Squad.
Yeah.
We're setting up an Overwatch position, looking straight north-east-east.
Captain, I'm calling in for Allfather.
Alpha Squad, are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Alpha Squad copies. Alpha Squad, build trenches. You guys are out in the open with no cover. Come on, guys.
That's what I asked like 2 minutes ago.
I'm doing it as fast as I can.
You're not alone in this. Someone else can. Flipser, you can. Estonians, I mean. Not a Flipser.
Short trench, big trench.
Big
Just-
trenches all the way. But actually, we can't shoot from here. We need
Yeah, I
to
know.
range there.
Which way am I going to build the trench?
Build it here.
Rosen, did you even call in those snipers?
I did.
Hard copy, thank you.
Well, actually, I did, but yeah. Yeah, at least 2 of them here, and they are.
Oh wait, there are new snipers?
No, it's not snipers.
No, it's
I
old
think.
snipers.
I did call them up.
I'm sorry, is this?
There were 2 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now it's big.
It's growing still. It's not done.
Yeah.
Viking Actual, this is Viking 1-1. We have Overwatch position on the objective. We are seeing heavily armed infantry.
Now it's done.
And there is civilians there. Fucking trenches.
Go, boys.
Friend is coming in from the west.
If you can, then hunker down facing north and maybe cover a little bit more to the east. And
The radio tower is 650 meters from here.
Objective is using trenching.
What is radio tower? Why it have few barrels or something? Yeah,
Barrels?
Not barrels, I don't know, tanks, or how you call them.
Oh, right, those things. Yeah, I don't know.
That actually look like, you know, oil rig.
Yeah, yeah.
I see a red vehicle moving far away on the road, 120. 110 maybe now.
That's good.
Enemies far away, 105 on the road.
As well.
2 riflemen.
Yes.
2 guys at the red car.
Repeat the last 260, correct?
What's the bearing on the red car?
2 guys, red car. 2 enemies at the red car.
Bearing on red car is 115.
I'm getting 104 here.
104, yeah.
105, 104.
Okay. Repeat last. Okay. Copy that.
Dennis?
1-1, converge on me to the slight southeast.
I'm seeing a red car at bearing 104.
I keep on messing up the call points.
Okay.
If you can follow me to the slight northeast, I can point you to our current objective.
It seems like they're snipers.
Viking Actual, aye. Palanky.
Yeah,
I
Okay.
want to go over to Peldanius and meet you for a second.
Who are they shooting at?
Come here.
That's a good question.
sir.
Oi, I'm not captain, I'm private. Our current objective is the radio tower down there, and we are supposed to go to the north, towards...
Red team, are we setting up a 360 or are we all watching east?
To the hill, to the north of the tower, so...
I didn't hear the order.
Hopefully we'll still have Kalinki, and then we'll go in a flanking position.
I'll keep my eyes on east.
This village switching to 1-2.
Oh shit, they're shooting
I'm
at us.
taking fire.
Yes. Well, yeah, we're moving north to 5-0 and moving up to the hill on 6 here to get a flanking position on the radio tower. Copy.
How much?
Let's move up.
They want us to engage.
Go.
Copy that. Getting close.
Holding.
Hey, are you okay, Big Z?
That's closer and closer, come on.
I don't see my damn bullets.
You're falling short.
Advisor, fire watching southwest.
You're getting closer.
Yeah, that's very close.
Yeah.
Headshot.
Got it.
He's gone.
There was another one.
Yeah, there were two. Yeah, one spotter. 1-2, this is actual. Be advised, threat neutralized. Over.
What do you have eyes on the shooter? On the spotter?
1-2, this is actual. Send last. One, two, this is actual. Threat neutralized. You can keep moving out.
Good eyes on spotter.
Kalinki, the spotter is just a little bit left.
Yeah, he's
That guy.
moving down the hill.
He's right
Get
away.
inside the car.
Yeah. See if you can shoot the tires.
Looks like the guys by the tower aren't actually.
Loading. Moving down the hill. I lost him. Oh, got eyes on him. Moving northwards.
Actual, where did Baelish go?
Baelish is with 1-2 since we made a switch with Kalinki.
Okay.
He's gonna be much more useful on 1-2's position after they actually get there.
The car just came to the checkpoint.
Problem with that is that we have some of his ammo.
He went out of the car. He's collaborating with the forces that are stationed there.
Seems like it, yeah.
Did you have the spot trap on the compound?
I could call it in, yeah.
Okay, so be advised.
Actually, they already know that there's comes. Yes, Captain.
On me.
1-1. Take care.
Shit, sorry.
Yeah.
Put it on safety.
Yeah.
Russell?
Yes.
I'm with you for the time being.
Oh, nice. Okay, you can just chill out here. We're just nap timing for now. Keeping Overwatch.
Called the Aeneas?
He's not here anymore.
Russell?
Yeah, yeah.
You're the team leader?
I'm the team leader of 1-1.
Awesome. Listen up. Northeast bearing 7-0, moving through the forest. They are currently north center of the compound. 2 times infantrymen moving down the hill. They just crossed the, I guess, the fence.
I see one guy.
Second one should be safe there.
What was
I
it, Barry?
see one guy.
70.
He said they crossed the fence.
He's coming up. He's going up the hill.
Red team ice trap.
Baron
70.
Estonius. Estonius green.
Yeah, 2 guys.
Viking Actual, this is Viking 1-1. We're seeing 2 guys roaming around in the forest at the northern side of the compound.
Did you have the spot traps on the compound?
They are about 100 meters from the compound, to the northern side. They are moving north. Until this is not you. I can confirm. Langy, did you have a spotting?
No, I was asking if you had a spot trap on the compound.
The what?
A spot trap, spot report.
A spot or what?
Spot report.
Spot report.
Spot report, yeah.
Spot report. Yeah, I've just given a spot report.
No. Did you have it on the compound as well? Like you gave it before?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. Is that our forces moving on top of the hill northeast? Can you tell them that they have 2 contacts down the hill towards their southeast, southwest, sorry.
Ross,
Yes.
might I inquire your radio frequency for the time being?
Gonna have to speak up.
What's your radio frequency?
Oh, yeah, you don't have it. It's 112. 112.
112.
Yeah. Can you relay?
Radio check 112.
Read you loud and clear.
Viking Actual, this is Viking 1-1. I didn't get the position we are moving up on. Is it the 4 adjacent rocks at the 7-7? Okay, I'll relay that. So we're not supposed to start moving now. Okay. Yep. Copy.
Ross, I have eyes on 4 times infantry, 1 times RPG in the woods behind the compound, bearing 76, 77 degrees.
Viking Actual, this is Viking 1-1. We have a spotting on 4 infantry and a guy carrying an RPG at the far eastern side of the compound. bearing 77. They have broken line of sight, but they're very far out. They could become within about 4 to 5 minutes if they actually moved on their position. Copy. Let me just relay the information to 1-1 first. Okay, 1-1. Getting ready to move up on the 4 rocks at bearing 77. Just in the valley down there. Do you all have eyes on the rocks?
Yeah?
Negative, well followed.
Those ones.
Right, Kalenki, you'll be going first. I'll be getting in a column behind you.
Those ones.
And you others just form in behind
those
me.
ones. Those ones.
Which bearing again?
7-7. The 4 rocks lying in a line.
Oh, okay. Yes, yep.
Yep, you see them?
Yep.
Like an
Is
actual, this is
everybody
Viking 1-1. We are ready to move.
Alright, moving up.
Break. Come back here, Kalenki. I didn't give you orders to move.
Where did you lay down? Jesus.
Viking actual, this is 1-1. Are we supposed to move?
Okay, Kalenki, we're moving.
Moving out.
Behind me.
I'm moving first.
Yep.
Up team break.
Did I get over?
Break. We're forming a wedge formation. We need more guys on the left.
Yeah.
Let's move it 1-1.
Yeah, move it.
Moving.
This is actual.
Keep going, Kalenki. Coming up on position. Alright, get to cover.
Alright, let's make some bounding towards the hill. I'll take 2 men on me first. I'll take Hex. I'll take Estonius and Eclipser on me. We're gonna bound towards the edge of the hill. Rest of you cover.
Can we deliberate fire?
Negative, keep eye. Kalenki glass spot, come on. Alright. Estonius, Hex, and Clips are on me. Double time it.
If your name didn't get called, just provide overwatch.
Be advised, I've got another contact moving in towards the forest on the northeastern side. It's correction, 2 contacts.
What was the bearing again?
Bearing is
Hard copy, I've
northeast.
got visual.
60.
Permission to open fire.
Negative, negative. We're to observe for now.
This is actual. We have no confirmation on the infantry that was mentioned before.
Another RPG contact moving towards the northern
Right,
side of the compound. Bearing 65.
One actual, we are ready and set. Move your second half of the team, over. Alright boys, let's set up firing arcs, come on. Clear to engage, clear to engage. Copy 1-1, move, move, move.
Right, we're moving.
Come on guys, suppressing fire for the others, come on.
Double time.
Forest line towards 52.
Just keep running.
I see them.
Open fire if you can. Move and shoot.
1-2, this is actual. Be advised, you have infantrymen pushing towards your position from the hillside. How copy? Wait, where's that fire coming from? Does anyone have eyes on?
Bearing 50.
Bearing 50, just below our forces.
Where are our forces? I don't want to shoot them.
They're on the hilltop towards 5-6.
Oh yeah, I see them now. Oh, yeah.
Message 1-2.
Enemy down.
Negative, directly to the south from the compound.
Another enemy down.
Alright, Russen, take 1-1 and let's move down towards the compound.
Okay, 1-1. We're getting ready to move down towards the compound.
Roger. Hard copy, ready to move.
Are we moving now?
Copy, firing line. 1-2, be advised, this is actual.
Okay, we're forming a line.
And I will move down towards the compound now. Please do suppress fire. Over and out.
Okay, let's move it. Spread out. Get a fed line going. Okay, we're going straight into the compound. No stopping. Take cover behind the buildings.
Roger that.
Out of stamina.
This is actual. We have reached the outer skirts of the compound. We are ready to breach. Keep up the firing. Copy that 1-2. Actual out. Alright, 1-1, let's keep getting ready to breach the compound. Rossi, keep up the comms. I want you leading this breach.
Okay, we're getting ready to breach. Remember to always have somebody covering your flanks.
Already have. I'm watching our flanks.
Rushing.
Copy that.
Copy. Picking up 6. 1-1, come on, contact breach as quickly as possible.
We're contacting breach. Let's go.
Okay, I want a guy on me. X.
Lepsa got 6.
Right.
You can
1-2,
move up.
this is actual. Be advised, 1-1 has now entered the compound. How copy? 1-2, watch your fire. We are on the western side. How copy?
Alright, cross. Cross me, cross me, cross me.
Oh.
I don't see him.
Copy that 1-2.
Contact down on the east wall.
Right now. Actual out. O'Farrell, keep 6. Alright, Estonia's Kalenki on me.
Moving.
Hold this position.
Lepsa, I'm crossing.
Clipser, hold 6.
Copy. It.
O'Farrell on me.
On you.
Just holding here.
Copy, secure your position. I think we are clear on the compound. Defend yourself towards northeast. How copy? Yeah, they cleared it,
Yes.
Drop over.
Roger,
For
tell Estonians
fuck's
and
sake.
Kalenki to move in.
Who?
Estonians and Kalenki, they're on the far end.
Estonias and Kalenki, come over here.
Keep eyes.
Moving.
You can move your whole team into 180 right now, since we're breaching into the inner layers.
180 against west direction.
I believe that's the red car we saw earlier.
I'll grab 6, I'll grab 6. Moving.
Clemson's got all 6.
Yeah, I'll take the
Yeah.
6.
O'Farrell and Kalenki, I want you just performing a 180 here. Looking north,
watching
just
where?
making sure that nobody's coming
1-2,
down
this is
the
actual
hill.
interrogative.
Kalenki, can you
What
hold
should
us
they
a trench quickly?
Sorry?
For Sevilla.
What?
Can you hold us a trench?
1-2, what is your
No, I
status?
can't.
Over.
I don't have the intention to.
Okay, it's fine.
Alpha team, just hold your positions for now. Me and Hex are gonna check out a possible infantry.
1-2, break.
Okay, Hex.
Break, 1-2. Do you
We're gonna
have
check out that,
demolition
guy
charges on you?
told us about earlier.
Taking east.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Does
Okay,
anyone
thanks.
here have charges on
But
them?
northwest.
No.
Oh, that was the thing I forgot then. Jesus.
1-1, do we have charges? Anyone got charges on them?
I don't think so.
1-2, this is actual. Once you've secured your position towards the northeast, start making your way down the hill towards the south and the compound. How copy?
Kalenki negative.
All up there.
Saldania's negative
think
for
it's
anyone
clear.
on 1-1 with
Let's just
drops.
check that building real quick.
Has the 180 moved, by the way, O'Farrell?
Holding the 180 to the
Yeah,
northwest.
but has it moved towards the east? Can we
Small
move?
building is clear.
Actual, this is 1-1.
If you're calling it, then yeah, then I have to call it into Rose and I'll
Copy
be
that.
moving
Secure
it.
the compound with the rest of the squad. One break. Break. 1-2. Can you start moving down the hill? How copy?
Yeah, just wait a second. Actual, do you want us to set up a 360 or a 180?
Break. Break 1-1. This is actual.
it is up to you as fire team leader to conduct whatever means necessary. Actual out.
Sir?
Okay.
Sir.
Alpha team, just get in positions around the compound. So you have eyes on south, north, and east.
There's a possible civilian.
We're securing the compound.
Inside the compound.
Covering east.
Either information or just a civilian that suffered from casualties.
Rosen here, I'll be taking south and southeast.
Take Estonia Sonofara with you. Clips are on me.
I'm on you.
This is actual. Copy that 1-2. Out.
We've got friendlies,
Friendlies from which direction?
Friendlies from the north.
Coming in from the north.
Clear. Okay. Actual, I see a quad bike on top of the hill, southeast.
Russian interrogative.
Be advised, possible spotter top of the hill, east, moving up the hill. Well, he just went over.
Both teams, be advised. Secure the compound 360. Try to get as much cover as possible.
I believe West has, or West 1-1 has mainly east and south, so if you guys can help cover south and a little bit west.
All Father 1, this is Viking 1 actual. Message.
Russian interrogative.
Give it to me.
Am I supposed to join 1-2 now that my squad is here?
Let me check.
Got eyes on one-time sniper on top of the hill towards the southeast. Permission to fire.
Got eyes on.
All Father, this is Viking 1
Permission
actual.
fire.
Message.
Fire out. You can open fire. Actually, this is 1-1. Is Rick supposed to join up?
Requesting permission to move to a better position to take out the sniper.
One.
Got it.
All Father, this is Viking 1. Break.
1-2 again, just so you know.
Break. We have secured the compound with the comms tower. Grid 054.
Shots northeast.
That's us.
Break. 178. Break.
That's not us.
That's not, you know.
Sniper is just standing up on top of the hill. Standing still.
If you can take the shot, do it.
Okay, what do you see?
There's a sniper southeast somewhere on the hill.
Okay.
I think Galink is trying to take
down?
care of it.
Okay.
That's affirmative, I think.
Can somebody confirm kill?
Be a potential sniper south.
Negative.
Just be wary from that angle. If you might take shots.
I'm gonna need a medic. I had some incident.
Hard copy, give me your location.
I'm down the stairs next to the two red trucks.
Hard copy, moving to your location.
Got it.
What if I was a stupid commander or CEO and forgot to tell my fire team leaders not to bring demolition blocks? Can you help me out with some magic?
Yeah, that was still prepared.
I mean, we have RPGs.
Solid copy, All Father 1. Viking 1 actual out. Alright, grab a 2-man and
Oh,
bring those
sorry, didn't see you there.
We don't have any explosives lying around, unfortunately, so, and we, as CEO, got some help to bring some firecrackers into this game, so let's bring up the vehicles towards the comms tower, so bring a few, and grab the vehicles. Full fire teams. Rest of the fire team should keep coverage.
Where are the vehicles at?
Send message. Permission granted. Out. Alright, we got one vehicle towards northeast. Go grab it.
Okay, Clipser.
Hmm?
There's a vehicle just right here, right down this wall on the southern side. I'm gonna cover your flanks and we're gonna move it into the compound.
You mean this red one over here?
Me and Clips are coming up on the south side of the compound. No friendly fire.
That one?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Friendlies.
Friendly.
Rosen, can we get Hex over here?
Hex over where?
Over the three red trucks.
There were only supposed to be 2 red trucks.
There are 3 because just parked the...
Oh, I see. Hex, do you read me?
Yeah, my current position is next to the red trucks.
Okay. Is that where Hex is supposed to be? Who called for Hex?
Ayo.
Can you build a trench for Roland facing north?
Thank you. I don't think we haven't even taken any casualties, I don't think. So.
Alpha team, do we have people covering south, east, north, and west?
Estonia's got south.
Me and Clipper, Clipser have got eastern side.
Rosen, why aren't you on comms?
I'm sorry, I was giving orders.
Okay. Clipser, can you hold the left-hand side? I'll go to tell Kalink to bless the surroundings.
Yeah.
Alright, take the vehicles and park them next to the tower. I'm right here.
Actually, was this an order for 1-1 or 1-2?
Oh, shit. Oh, the dice in the visit.
Alright, that's a problem. By the way, park the vehicles next to the radio towers and we're just gonna blow them up.
Okay, O'Farrell.
Well, I mean, we managed to build the other vehicles into Bayless's Russian towers. They can do the same thing.
We just park these 2 for now. Come on.
Okay, O'Farrell, can you help me out here? This vehicle right here, can you park it over at the tower, just southeast?
Oh, good, okay.
You see it over there, the red and white one. Okay, I'll take the other
His
vehicle.
right arm is rupturing right now. Not too big. He's bleeding from his right arm.
Understandable, have a nice day.
Copy that. Can you get them as close as possible? Out.
On a scale from 1 to 2, like 0.1.
O'Farrell? Are you still with me?
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get them as close as possible.
God. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what's the trick on it, but hack them north to... I mean, you can help me with it, you know, I don't know. You can also just, you know...
That's not possible.
I mean, I think we got it.
That's nice.
You okay, Bailey?
Alright, do we have any grenadiers?
I will try. I will try.
Alpha team, do we have any grenadiers?
Negative.
1-2, this is actual message.
We have RPGs over here though.
1-2, do you have grenadiers on you?
The A-Fern, my only smoker needs, I believe.
Actual. Actual, I have a sighting on an unused RPG over at the eastern side of the compound.
You can use that as well. Where's
Actual, this is 1-1. Are we supposed to use the RPG?
That is correct, Rotten. You can use the RPG for that. Get down with it and get to a safe distance. Yes, O'Farrell.
Alpha team, are anybody familiar with how to use an RPG?
Hey fam.
Okay, can you come to my position? Over at the eastern side.
I have an RPG next to me as well, and I'm on the top of the staircase, metal one. I just got up here.
Okay, you can pick up the RPG and come to the middle of the compound.
Yes, sir.
Actual, this is 1-1. Where do you want the RPG positioned?
Can you repeat last playlist?
Copy 1-1. Both fire units is actual clear men from the vehicles and get them towards the northern side of the compound. Once the vehicles have been blown up, we will exfil from the area. How copy?
Okay, Alpha team, we're gonna move a bit up to the northern side of the compound. We're gonna blow up the tower. Still keep an eye out on east and north. Who was the guy with the RPG? Was it you, Kalenki?
Yes, that was me, over here.
Right here. This is a pretty nice spot.
Might
Just hold
blow
fire,
up
hold
the
fire, hold
cars.
fire.
And let's get
Actual,
into
this is 1-1. We have the RPG in position. This is 1-1. Are we clear to open fire?
Negative, wait for my order.
Okay, just hold fire for now.
I will get the grenadiers in line as well, and aim with the RPG towards the left car. We'll take the right car.
Roger that, left car.
Caddish, you ready?
All right, clear back blast.
Clear back blast.
It's not clear.
Clear.
It's not clear. It's not clear.
Roger, roger.
Boston, get out of here.
I'm clear too. Okay. Now I'm clear.
All right, back blast clear.
Back
On my
blast
mark.
clear.
3, 2, 1, mark. Alright, we'll go again. Keep firing.
Alpha team, hold fire.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Can you send your medic over to my guys to the west? My medic needs stitches.
Hex?
We're gonna move out towards, let's see.
That's Powell who's the medic.
Once you have their position.
Hex, do you read me?
Oh, that's
Harold.
He's not medic.
Once you get your men out
There's no
towards your
Farrell.
previous location on the hill.
Give us a sec. We need the 1-1's medic for a sec.
Oh, Farrell.
Farrell copies.
It's our own medic.
One
At west.
medic needs medical assistance over here at the western side.
Alright. Well, getting to cover
I don't think I have medical permissions.
You didn't pick up medical equipment?
No, he's not assigned as a medic by the Zeus.
Didn't we agree on O'Farrell?
Yes.
Both teams, this is actual. Be advised. You got one mic on you to handle the medical situation. After that, break. You are all moving out towards hill 145 towards our north. How copy? Break comms, break comms.
I don't know if you are, I don't know.
That's Estonia.
What?
Baldanius, can you read me?
The one, this is Viking 1, actual message.
Yes, yes. Okay.
All Father 1, comms tower has been destroyed, moving to an marked LC.
On the ground.
Break.
What information do you want us to use?
Interrogative.
Are we supposed to use formation? Okay.
All Father, this is Viking 1. Do you read? Over.
Yes, Alpha Team grouped up on the eastern side.
All Father 1, interrogative. Are we supposed to contact Valkyrie for exfil, or is All Father going to contact? Over. Viking 1 copies. Out. Viking 1-1, take your men towards Hill 145. 1-2 will follow.
Copy.
Alright, Alpha Team. I want Baelish in front again.
We don't have Baelish.
We don't have
You
Baelish
have,
anymore.
you have Kalenki.
Okay. I want Kalenki in front.
Russell, be advised, we're moving directly north. It's about 200 meters.
Yeah, okay. Alpha Team, we're moving directly north. Kalenki, see if you can take front.
1-2, be advised, you can take your own pace.
Get front.
Out. All Father actual, this is Viking 1 actual.
Directly north, Kalenki.
Affirm. Around maneuvering to the hilltop, so it won't hurt the stamina.
Just armor physics.
I wanted to keep it heading on 20.
All Father 1, this is Viking 1 actual. Message. All Father 1, this is Viking 1. We have marked LC for Valkyrie for pickup. How copy?
Kalenki, we're coming to a hold up here in the tree line.
How?
Copy that, All Father 1. Wait 1. Over.
Alpha Team spread out to the right of me and Kalenki here in the trees.
How?
Yeah. Well, I mean on 055 181. We'll call it once we're actually up on the hill. Oh, Farrell, let's go.
I think he might be disconnecting.
Yeah, I think he's leasing. Let's go.
The southwestern side of hill 145.
Copy 1-2. Take up your positions on the top.
Okay, let's move more northeast because we need to do that apparently.
Yeah, we just took the other tree line.
1-1, this is actual message.
We're in position at hill 145.
That is good, 1-1. Although I had a question. Are you, do you see any better data location for Valkyrie than this, where we're standing right now, over? On the northeast side, that is.
It seems like a very open area in the northeastern side, so I think behind the hill here is optimal.
Copy that 1-1 actual out.
Yes.
Captain. Alright, I think we can use this as
I have too much going on right now. Okay, give it to me.
So grid.
Barry?
No, I think this is better here on the hillside.
Okay. I'm just gonna note that.
Both teams, this is actual. Be advised. Keep your positions in 360 coverage on the hilltop. I'll copy.
Yeah, Rossum's taking southwest.
I got south.
Get a 360 going. Rossum here, I've got west.
Estonia's taking east. I got north.
South.
Karenki got north.
Both teams, be advised. Can you break interrogative? Can you spread out your men so that south side is also cleared? Also spread out your men that you're not just holding one side.
So 1-1 copies if we have a 360 going.
Copy 1-1. Spread out so that the whole detachment is in a 360.
Rossum here, I'll be taking the far western position.
Say again, over please.
It's Rossum here, I'll be taking a western position.
Looking
west.
One will hold northeast to southeast. Break. 1-1 will have south as well.
Federal radio check.
Loud and clear.
we have any sightings so far?
Negative.
Negative, so east.
Copy. Still no sightings?
Negative east. Negative north.
Okay, Alpha Team, we're gonna move it a bit east. Just keep covering your respective sides. Just about about 70 meters or 100 meters east.
Copy. Say when.
Just keep going for a little bit. If you can take cover at the little chest, no, not chest, hip high wall over there.
Copy. Moving.
I want a guy on south and a guy on southwest.
I'm on the north. I'll take south.
I'll take southwest then. Viking actual, this is Viking 1-1. The coordinates were 05581, correct? Zero 55181.
Who has which position?
Take position in these stone fences. Will be picked up from this open field. We'll take west and north. So I want 2 people north. Assume those Bilish and Hex and Cadius and Roiland. I want you on west. Hex and Baelish, if you can, then build some trenches. That is Mike, so be careful that he doesn't crash.
Actual, this is 1-1. Who's gonna load up first? Alright, Alpha Squad, on my mark, we're gonna load up in the chopper. This is 1-1, just say once more. Whoever's on the far southern side. Oh wait, that's us. Okay, us on the southern side, we're moving north, getting ready to support the chopper. I want Alpha team on the chopper. We're boarding the chopper.
We have people loading in 1 minute A firm. If they're not in 1 minute, they suck.
30 seconds. Okay, timer's on. 30 seconds.
Drag at 45, last 2 people running in. I assume. I'm going to cargo.
Copy that. 30 seconds.
Status, Brax?
Yep, go in. Mike?
What the fuck? Yeah.
20
Did you have a message?
Yeah, how's the load up going?
You have to ask Pardanius that, because I'm not in his group.
10.
Hilo is fucked.
8. 7.
Wait one, we have fucked Hilo spots.
4. 3.
Wave 1, Hilo spots are fucked.
Haldanius, how's it going?
Yeah, we're all in. 1-2, are you all in?
Valkyrie 1, All Father 1, and Viking 1 are all in.
All in, all on. Take off. We need to work on loading procedures.
Definitely.
If this was a hot LC, I would have asked you to leave after 30. I don't want to do a job. Fuck you guys, you're expendable. The job is hard.
Viking 1, listen up. When we touch down, I want you guys to line up, head back to the original briefing hangar and line up outside the H barriers as you did. In fact, no, head inside the briefing hangar and take a seat. Got that, Viking 1?
This is Viking 1. I had a hard time doing that. We're supposed to line up where?
I gave notice of final descent. I'll be going back on cargo channel to tell them to when to dismount.
We're supposed to line up where?
Take a seat. Go and take a seat in the original briefing hangar. Just head straight over there.
Okay, we'll copy that.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter.
Let Viking 1 go out first once they
wait for the all clear to dismount though. Wait for the
then
all
we'll
clear.
head out and go in a column towards the hangar.
Touchdown, touchdown.
Okay, 1-1. Get out of the team. Of the team, we're heading straight for the briefing area in the hangar.
Line on me. Alright, column, sorry.
Get your firearms on the back, max out. Max out, firearm on the back.
Funky. Do it, quick.
And we'll line up behind me in the hangar over there.
Yeah, just get lined up behind me here.
Now, we're all supposed to take a seat.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We're
Why
told to
don't
line
you
up.
take a seat, son?
Viking actual, we're supposed to take a seat, correct?
Correct.
We're
Take a
supposed to line,
seat.
we were told to line up.
How do you
But
take a seat?
yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
Everyone do remember, once you actually get back to FOB after missions and in between, always take your facial wear and your helmets off.
Yeah. Well, what if we don't have space to take helmets off?
Then make space.
Well,
Don't just dump it on the floor.
well, yeah, but that's...
Well,
how do you want us to
can
make
dump it on the
space?
floor, but take it with you afterwards.
Okay. That is... I'll see if I can make space.
And there's a
the hell
crate
is my
behind you
helmet?
called an arsenal, so, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're waiting for Valkyrie still, so you've got some time. But just, it's okay if you put it on the floor, but just take it with you when you're done.
Okay.
I mean, that's just the same as resting on the floor for a second, you know.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Where is my helmet?
It disappeared.
Valkyrie, you want to come in and take a seat?
I'm dropping off my weapon.
Well, you don't have to.
Major.
Yes.
Interrogative.
Go for
Why
it.
does why do the 160s have silencers on their 416s?
On their what?
On their M416s.
They're not M4s. But they shouldn't be having them on when they're not supposed to have them on, that's correct.
Now I can't take it back off.
What the
What
fuck?
the fuck? You guys see that as well, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a wizard. Help! Cadius, that's not only you tripping, it's us all.
Am I fixed?
Yeah, you're good.
Cadius muted.
He's losing it again.
That was a way spooky experience. I need to sit down.
Yeah, catch your breath, Mike. Catch your breath.
Right?
Alright, welcome back on base, all. Welcome back from a successful mission. You successfully managed to destroy the comms tower, or so I'm led to believe. I've not received any dubious confirms of, you know, improvised explosives at all. but you know, that's fine. That's fine. I'm looking at a certain lieutenant here, forgetting to bring demo blocks. Okay. From what I saw from above, you guys did practice your formations. They're a little rough around the edges, but you know, practice makes perfect, or so we all say. And just, you know, in the field, keep doing them, and they'll get better over time. Mac, anything to say about, like, mission related, or
Yeah, I mean, I
leadership,
took a few
maybe?
notes down, yeah.
Alright, good. I'll hand it off to you.
Cool. Well, before I get into it, Valkyrie, obviously you weren't part of the main op, so to speak, besides in insertion and extraction. So, Mike, if you had or anything you wanted to debrief with your two guys, then you can feel free to during this time. Take them into one of the other rooms or something. If you don't, then you can just sit and listen in. It's up to you.
I think we can just sit here. I think we took most of it on our break.
Cool. All right, fine. Okay, yeah, I took a couple notes, so I have to try and remember what they are. So the first thing is that I saw several times, although the formations, as Thornwood said, were mostly there, but a little rough. One thing that needs working on is seamless transitions, which is, you know, for example, there was an example early on where Paldanius said for the, I believe it was 1-1, to get into a wedge formation and continue moving. When called to change formation on the fly, you shouldn't have to stop and change formation. You should be able to dynamically maneuver into that transition while still on the move. The next point I had is what I called natural 360. By that I mean that quite often when you stopped for a period of time, this was usually when you were stopped for longer and not so much when you were stopped for a little bit of time. But you always need to have it ingrained in your head that you naturally need to make a 360 of some sort. It doesn't need to specifically be a circle, but you need to have 360 coverage at all times. By natural 360, I mean that needs to be sort of engraved in your heads, and to know that we're stopping, I was the last man, I'll get rear watch. Or if you're about to make a firing line or something, oh, I'm the medic, I'm, you know, supposed to stay safe, I'll get rear watch, or something like that, you know. There's a couple times I saw this happen well, and there was a couple times where I didn't see it happen at all, so it's just something to remember. Another point, and this is one that could be huge, so I'm not going to go into it in any detail now. It's more for the squad leaders and fire team leaders to learn at a later date, but that's additional uses for the same formations that you've learned. For example on that, a road isn't the only time you might want to use a staggered column, for example. As I said, I won't go into detail. I'll save that and talk to the fire team leads and COs, XOs separately, because, you know, we don't have that much time. The next one I wrote medic info. That was more for Thornwood to remember. So Thornwood, there you go, medic info. Don't forget to relay that message to them.
Yes, I'll do that in a second.
Yeah. The next point I put was just to remind you guys, Spec Ops unit, which means less about sitting on hilltops and shooting from afar and more about getting in close and fast and then hitting hard. The tactic that I saw today, whilst it worked, wasn't exactly the Spec Opsy feel that I sort of envision. And as I said, it does work, so yeah, you can do it, but it's much more efficient for us as a Spec Op unit to get in close, get in fast, and hit hard. Obviously, that has limitations in armor, you know, but we want to avoid people just sitting on hills and picking off targets from afar and clearing out a compound like that as much as possible, because it hasn't got the sort of immersive feel that we want to go for. The next point is tied into that. There was a truck that escaped from the compound. Nobody called it out on the radio at all, but I did see it. Not one of you called it out, and that was a perfect example, because you didn't see it, that could have been avoided if you had gone in and opted for a more get in close and then strike rather than striking from afar. You would have seen that truck and been able to do something about it. But if you make your attack start whilst you're still far out, the enemies have a much better time to react to anything. The next one I have an image as an example, but I'll link it after I'm done, which was when you guys were in the compound, you took up a 180 on a wall, but there was 2 people that had their backs exposed to a door to a building that hadn't been cleared, and later on there was 3 people. If someone had come out of that door, then you all 3 would have been mowed down, and like I said, nobody had checked that doorway, so I did have an image, I'll send it in a bit. Generally, the comm station was a huge scramble. Like, I know you didn't have the demos and everything, but it was a hell of a scramble to, like, get everything together. It felt like it was a bit of a disaster and kind of cobbled together whilst you were there. That's just something to sort of take in mind. And things like that will flow the more you practice, but something to bear in mind. Excuse me.
Don't lose your voice, my dude.
Yeah, that's too much talking. Fuck, I hate it. Other than that, then there was something for Paldanius, and if he gets an RTO, which was during the explosive phase, there was no contact to Allfather regarding that you have the explosives set or your improvised explosives, and there was also no contact to say that the comms tower had been blown or taken down or destroyed or anything. And my last point is just work on boarding evac much quicker. I know Saw might have slightly missed the LZ, which is fine, it'll happen, and it'll happen probably quite a lot because sometimes the LZ you mark isn't ideal when they're in the sky, but you have to adjust quickly and make sure you board fast. I mean, if we boarded like we did today in a hot LZ, then, you know, you would have been fried or they would have had to leave early.
No, I did
that was all the points
call
I
it
had.
out. Yeah, I did call it out a few times actually, but they were a bit slow on that.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
If I can. I had to keep my guys grounded, because normally if that had been a hot LC, we would have given 30 max seconds to get in and out. We're a sitting duck there.
Yeah, exactly, and the helicopter's a high priority target for the enemies as well. It's obviously this is an FTX, so this is the place to practice and get this feedback, but bear in mind that, yeah, you will need to adjust very quickly if the pilots have to adjust their LZ as well. That was all I had, so I'll hand back over to Thornwood.
Alright, quick note. Thank you for reminding me of medical stuff.
That's alright.
When a new insertion happens, and this is something for the squad leaders and fire team leaders to remember, with the way we're doing respawns, there needs to be set up some sort of base camp, or some sort of location that can serve as base camp. Because your respawn point will be a point that will move as your base camp is called out. If you do not set a base camp at a new insertion, there be no respawns. So, although you always will have a primary objective, which is to get from point A to point B and do whatever you're told to do, there is a secondary objective which is present at all times, which is find safe place, put down a base camp of sorts, pull it in, and you'll have your respawn point there. Keep that in mind that if you're doing long distance or have to travel from one point to another point and it's a little far away, that you might want to change base camp from time to time. I think that was what I was supposed to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I linked that image in the TeamSpeak in the Discord for you guys to reference the cover.
Me and Hexion already checked those corridors.
Yeah, we cleared those.
Okay, well...
And the doors were barricaded, so no one was gonna come through.
Alright, fine. But just as an example then, you did do the right thing. But just an example, don't forget that there can be doorways and make sure your team knows that you've checked that doorway.
Yeah, I double checked it also before
I saw you
I
doing
went.
clips there. But yeah, okay. In that case, I take back and disregard that statement about you doing that 180. Well done. But yeah, just make sure everybody knows that you have done it.
I think a quick word with the fire team leads, Cadius and Paldanius, and the rest of you is dismissed.
Yay! Can I catch you afterwards, Thornwood?
Oh, also, wait.
I'll be outside the thing here.